Hey guys, what's up? So, I figure I might as well start vlogging again because I'm back in China again. And this was actually the request of a roommate because he wants to see what I'm doing, I guess. I'm really tired. I just had a 14-hour flight from Chicago to Detroit and then from Detroit to Shanghai. So that's a total of like what, 16 hours? So I'm really tired. I basically slept like an hour or two. And the rest of the way I was just watching movies. So I guess it's time for some movie reviews. First movie I watched was Terraformers. Basically, it's like a live action adaptation of the Terraformers manga. I mean, for an adaptation, I guess it wasn't that bad. It's kind of like a fun watch, just because I read the manga, or I read a lot of the manga, so I kind of already knew where the story was going. Special effects were kind of eh. Like, they looked pretty good, but at the same time, they're very, very obviously fake. It's pretty good action, just in general. I mean, in general, it kind of lacked character development because the manga itself didn't actually have that much character development either because people are kind of just like dying left and right. They show up on Mars and someone just dies, and then they start getting killed off. So that's kind of what they did in the movie too. So I guess I can't complain. And it was fun. It was fun watching it. Even though the whole way through the beginning, I just knew like every moment where I felt like they were gonna beat these cockroaches, which are like huge by the way. I kind of also knew that they were gonna get wrecked because I already read it. I guess that also made it kind of fun because I kind of knew it was gonna happen. So I kind of just sat there, kind of like went along for the ride. So the next movie that I watched was, the next movie that I watched was technically the Beatles 8 Days a Week, but then I fell asleep. So those were like the 1 or 2 hours that I fell asleep. So I really missed the movie. But the next movie that I watched was oh god damn, I can't remember. Oh, I watched Doctor Strange. The next movie that I watched was Doctor Strange, and that was really good. The way they're able to make him so powerful and introduce these mystical powers, but then make it seem like they're not super overpowered. Like, you know how in a lot of manga, when they're like these powers that are not explainable, what ends up happening is they kind of like, they try extra hard or they get some power up and then they beat their opponent. They did not go that route this time, which I felt was really nice. It's a good movie. I really enjoyed it a lot. Marvel does it again, I guess. Let's see. Next movie that I watched was. Oh, I watched. Wait, let me think. Was it Oasis Supersonic? I don't know. I can't remember what movie I watched next. What movie did I watch next, guys? Come on, help me out here. Oh, I don't care, whatever. So I also watched Oasis Supersonic, which is basically like kind of like a documentary sort of thing about Oasis. I don't listen to a lot of Oasis, a lot of their music, but I think I might start listening to more of the music now. Just because I actually really like it, but I just never really got around to looking for their songs. Oh man, I also watched Florence Foster Jenkins, and that was, oh man. I was dying so hard here and here. Like, just her singing was just like the most painful thing for me. Okay, my ears were dying. Let's start off with that. My ears were dying. It was just so bad. The movie felt very fun to watch. There were a lot of little fun moments. I already watched like what, 4 movies before this, so I was coming in. I was kind of like, oh man, I kind of don't want to watch this, but there's still like 2 hours on the flight. Let's watch this movie. I don't know, something about the characters just really pulled me in, and it was surprisingly interesting. I don't know. I feel like these movie reviews are kind of boring. I don't know if I should keep doing them because I kind of suck. Anyway, about me. Let's talk about me because obviously. I know I'm back here for table tennis, but sometimes when I come back here, I'm like, oh man, why did I even come back? Because it's like the mosquitoes are a pain, the air conditioning is not as good as the US. Just everything just feels less convenient. If we're gonna have to use a VPN, Wi-Fi slower. I feel like being in the US is so much more comfortable. Once I get used to it, I think I'll be okay. One of my biggest problems is actually just the fact that I don't have people to talk to in English. Sometimes it feels like I can't really be myself when I talk to people. Although I am being myself, but it's like a different kind of myself. I mean, I feel like the other bilingual people who watch this will kind of know what I'm talking about, but something about language, right? Even if my Chinese was perfect, there are just certain things that I don't think would translate over, and it almost makes me feel a little bit restricted. Anyway, the thing is, I'm really jet lagged right now. Heck, I'm not even jet lagged actually. What's really cool is that I'm actually really tired right now and it's like 11 p.m., which is perfect. It's actually my bedtime. Hopefully if I can sleep around now, I can actually maintain a good sleep schedule. Let me show you my room. It's the same room as always, but I figure I might as well show it again. Okay, so this is my room. Right now it's really empty, it's only me. Tonight's house is gonna be moving in over there. Maybe in a few days, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. The same room as always. We have a fridge, but we don't use it because last time we used it, it short-circuited the room. I picked this bed because I have the table here. And my socks, just in one of those. Yeah. I picked this bed because I have this table here, so I can, you know, put my contacts here or whatever next to my bed. Because I'm super lazy, I guess. Let's call it efficient. I'm super efficient, so I can just sit up and just everything that I need will just be right here on the table. So I guess I'm gonna take a shower now and see how things go. Hopefully I can make these vlogs a little more interesting than today, because this vlog was crap. I just sat here and talked to you guys, or you one person, my roommate. I really want to try to make these interesting, because when they're boring, they're boring. It's gonna be such a bad vlog because it's been so long, and I wasn't that good before, so I'm even worse now. How do I end these? I don't know. I guess I'll just talk to you later. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. And we'll try to make these vlogs a little more interesting.